Hello and welcome to Ancient Writ. Imagine a woman with hair of writhing snakes, cursed by the gods and forced to live in solitude. But what if hidden beneath the shadows and myths, there was a story of love, heartbreak, and longing that few have ever heard? Get ready to discover the tale of Medusa and the forbidden romance that defied gods and fate itself. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss another ancient tale from us. Now let's dive into the video. In the depths of an ancient forest, there was a secluded temple, half buried in vines and shadows. Few dared approach this place, for it was rumored to be the sanctuary of Medusa, the woman cursed by the gods. Her hair, once a crown of beauty, was now a writhing mass of venomous serpents, and her gaze could turn any mortal to stone. Once, she was a revered priestess, chosen for her grace and devotion, and her beauty had been both her blessing and her undoing. But behind the curse, Medusa still remembered the woman she used to be. Banished to a life of isolation, she spent her days in silence, haunted by the memory of her old self and a heart that still longed for connection. Though she had been cast aside as a monster, the spirit of the woman within her lived on, quietly hoping for a moment of kindness, a glimpse of the love she had only imagined. One fateful evening, a stranger arrived, not a warrior, nor a treasure seeker, but a poet named Lysander. A wanderer by heart and a seeker of tales, Lysander had lost his way one night and stumbled upon Medusa's temple, unaware of the cursed soul within. As he entered the temple, he took in its beauty, now faded with time and abandonment, glowing under the pale light of the moon. Medusa watched him from the shadows, her heart both fearful and curious. She hadn't seen another human in years, and for a moment, she wondered if he was real or just a fleeting dream. Her voice, soft and tinged with sorrow, finally broke the silence. "Why have you come here?" she asked, concealing herself in the shadows. Lysander, intrigued by the mysterious voice, answered simply, "I am but a lost traveler. I seek shelter and perhaps a kind voice in the night." His words were sincere, and they touched Medusa deeply. For a woman who had known only loneliness, his gentle tone was a balm she hadn't known she needed. As the nights passed, Medusa and Lysander began to speak more openly. She remained hidden from his view, fearing her curse and his reaction, but her words held nothing back. She told him about her life before the curse, her devotion to the gods, and the betrayal that led to her transformation. Each tale brought them closer, and each night, she felt a little more like the woman she once was. After many nights, Medusa dared to ask Lysander to sit close to her and wear a blindfold. It was a risk, yet her heart ached to feel even a single gentle touch. Reaching out, she took his hand, her own trembling at the unfamiliar warmth. It was the smallest act, yet it held the weight of her entire life. For a moment, Medusa allowed herself to imagine a life beyond the curse, to dream of love untainted by the gods' wrath. In Lysander's company, Medusa found light in the darkness. His poetry brought beauty back into her world, and his voice filled the empty corners of her heart. He promised her that one day, he would find a way to break the curse so that they might live together freely. Yet, as much as Medusa yearned for this, her heart remained heavy with doubt, knowing how cruel the gods could be. One night, under the silvery glow of a full moon, Medusa led Lysander to a sacred spring within the temple. She dared to ask him to remove his blindfold and look upon her reflection in the water. As he did, he saw her true form, the serpents that adorned her hair, her haunted eyes, and the sorrow etched deeply into her face. Yet, instead of recoiling, Lysander looked at her with warmth and acceptance. "You are beautiful, Medusa," he said softly, his voice full of conviction. "No curse could ever change who you are. You are more than what they made you." But the gods, angered by the defiance and purity of Lysander's love, struck her with a final, merciless curse. As Lysander reached for her, she felt herself slipping away, her form beginning to dissolve like smoke under the starlit sky. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered her final words, "I will find you again, in another life, when the gods no longer hold us." With that, Medusa faded into the shadows, leaving Lysander alone in the empty temple. Heartbroken yet inspired, he vowed to carry her memory forward, sharing the tale of the woman he loved, a woman condemned by the gods, yet loved by him beyond all reason. To this day, legends say that Medusa's spirit still wanders among the temple ruins, searching for the one who loved her beyond her curse. And in the quiet temples of the ancient world, where vines grow thick and shadows dance under the moon, some claim you can still hear her voice, a whisper on the night wind, calling out for her lost love, holding on to the hope that one day, somehow, they will find each other again. The story of Medusa and Lysander is a powerful reminder that love can defy even the darkest of curses, living on through the ages as a tale of longing, sacrifice, and hope against all odds. Thank you for joining us at Ancient Writ. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another captivating tale from the world's most ancient stories. Until next time, keep the magic of the past alive in your heart.